Hi guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for my video today. Today's video is going to be my check-in for week 2 of October and cash stuffing for week 3. I also have a little update about my trip to Copenhagen. Excuse me, I'm yawning. It's late in the evening. Yeah, my trip to Copenhagen, sort of like how much I spent and stuff like that. So we'll have a look in the purse first of all and see what we've got left. I have been really trying not to spend much because obviously we are on a mission to save up my travel money. So let's see what we've got. Got quite a lot of coins. So that's what we've got for coins, and then spending has got 5, and then food has got 30, which is fab. Okay, so what have we got in coins? We've got 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 750. 8, 20, 40, 60, 80, 9, 20, 30, 40, 53. So what's that? So 4, 7, 8, £9.53 for the penny challenge. Love that. I'm actually really enjoying seeing this going down, like how much I'm actually got left to do for the penny challenge. So I'm really excited to have this finished, which we're going to get there. We are going to get there. Hopefully by the end of the year, because that's, I'm hoping to finish this to put the money towards my travels. So £9.53, so we're taking off £1.26. £1.25, £1.24, £1.23, £1.22, £1.21, and £1.19. Oh, this is so exciting. And then 93 pence. Amazing. So that's how we are doing for the penny challenge. So we've just added £9.53. Yeah, so let's take that off the total here. So we had £76.68 to go, and we've taken off £9.53. So we now have got 67 and 15 to go. That's so exciting. Perfect. Okay, so that is it for the penny challenge. Next, I'm going to my savings binder. Well, my high priority. So this envelope here, if you haven't seen my previous couple of videos, I'm saving a total of £1,400, which will fund some trips that I've got on through November and December. Just wanting to cash fund it as much as possible so I don't have to touch my savings. So I've set myself the challenge of saving £1,400. So this envelope, when complete, should have £1,400. I think I will need to save an extra £50 because I overspent in Copenhagen, which I will explain. So I'm going to add this £35 into here. So we're just adding that to the travels. So now we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 75. So we've got £75 now, which is great. If you did miss it in any of my other videos, I'm just trying to put, so to get to my target of 1,400, I'm hoping to complete the Penny Savers Challenge, which won't have the full £667.95 that it saves, because I started this probably 2 years, maybe even more ago, and I used a little bit of the cash when I had it at the time. I don't think it was any less than 200. Oh, excuse me. I don't think it was any more than £200, but I can't exactly remember. I did find this post-it note from months and months ago when I counted up what I had, and there was £235 in coins and £90 in notes, but I've added a lot more to it since then. So I'm hoping to maybe get around 500-ish pounds from the penny challenge. Also, any spare money that I have left over is going into it, and what else is going into it? Oh, and about approximately £200 a month, I think, about £200 a month from my income to go towards it as well. So, yeah, I have my next trip coming up that I want to use money for is a night away in Glasgow in November. So I was wanting, let me check what I wanted for that. So we've done Copenhagen. So the 15th, 16th of November, I need £69 for my hotel, well, apartment, and then I'm hoping to take £150 spending money, which I really hope not to spend, because, yeah, it's just going to be some food and drinks and maybe Ubers or taxis, but yeah, I'm really, really, really hoping that I don't spend that, but I'd rather have too much than not enough, and then anything left over is a bonus. Which leads me on to Copenhagen, because I had budgeted £200 to spend in Copenhagen. Now, I knew it was an expensive place to go, but it was, yeah, expensive. And when I'm on holiday, when I'm away, even if I'm not far, I have in my mind that I'm on holiday, I'm just going to spend. Now, I didn't go crazy, but I could have been more frugal than what I was. So the first day we got there, I was just really needing food. I was feeling weak, shaky. Obviously didn't know where we were going, but we were walking to a destination and we just kept stopping at food places along the way and looking at menus. So we went into this one place. I got a chicken Caesar salad, which I don't eat a lot of food in one go. So ordering a meal is like a waste of money for me anyway. I probably would just be better getting street food, but anyway, I was so hungry. Oh. Please do excuse me yawning, it's very late. I was so hungry, so we went in this place. It looked really good. It was actually quite a posh looking place. Anyway, I ordered a chicken Caesar salad, which I couldn't really eat much of, and a water, which cost me £30. So I bought a meal then, I bought a meal that night, and I bought a meal the next day. So yeah, that one was £30. The next one was, I think, about 20, just under 20-ish pound. And the third one was about £16. So yeah, there's probably about half of my budget already, almost. We had a couple of cocktails. They worked out about £11 each, which I knew I wasn't going to be like drinking much, but it was just nice to sort of sit at the side of the canal and have a couple of cocktails. And it was raining, windy, we were walking, my feet were sore, so we kept stopping now and again for like a coffee or a hot drink or a pastry or something like that. So yeah, and taxi to from the airport to the hotel, because we were just so tired and just could not be bothered with public transport, and an Uber back from the hotel to the airport, because same reason again. So yeah, all of that, I didn't spend too much. We paid for entry to a couple of places, so we went into the Roundhouse. I think that was I want to say, actually, I don't even know how much that cost me. I would need to check. Actually, I used cash for it, so I can't remember, but oh, excuse me. We went in there, so paid to get in there, and we went to Tivoli Gardens, which was about £25, and I got a can of juice in there because I was so thirsty. I got a can of Pepsi, and it was like £5. So yeah, Copenhagen. Oh, I've got it written here. So and in total I spent around £237 in spending. And then we were £18 for the car park each. And I also had to buy a couple of things at the airport. I needed a small toothpaste and some moisture mist for my face because my skin gets really uncomfortable and dry on a plane. So I was about £10 in Boots before we even went. And I got a coffee at Pret. So yeah, the spending started early. But yeah, it was very good. It was very enjoyable. I'll put some pictures on my Instagram, just some highlights and stuff like that. If anybody's got any questions, just fire them over. So yeah, Copenhagen is done. Glasgow is next. Obviously have money in the fund for that, so I will use that. And then we'll just keep a rolling total until we hit £1,450 now, probably. So yeah, that's that update. So we've added money to there. We've got £75 in there now, which means we have got £1,325 left to go. Okay, so let's top up my purse for this week coming. I need to sort my purse actually because my cards are all over the place. But this week, oh, I need to give you a food ladder update as well. Let's do this and then I'll go over that. So this week we've got 20, 30, 40, 50 and £60. So £40 for food and 20 for spending. So tomorrow I'm going to a farm with my best friend and our little boy. So it's like there's a pumpkin patch, there's a farm shop, there's a cafe, there's a play park, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're going there tomorrow. I don't think you have to pay for entry. I don't think. I'm not quite sure, but I think I'm going to take maybe like £20 out of my fun money. I think, or maybe 10 and then 10 from here. I'll just see in the morning. And then we've got £40 for food. So last week I had explained that I was going to go to the food larder with my friend from work, just to test it out, see what it was like, see what I got, just to try and like cut costs a little bit, help me save some money. I never actually ended up going, so I had a client on Thursday night which I'd forgotten about when I had planned to go to the food larder. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I never got to the food larder. I also never really went to the shops to buy anything. I think I maybe went and got, I think actually, yeah, the only thing I spent money on, I think, was I used some money to buy my lunch one day because usually I would buy things or include in my food shop and stuff that I could have for lunches. I had some freezer stock soup a couple of days, but there was a day that I went to the shop and picked up some stuff, so I just and I actually picked up some hot chocolate that was on Clubcard price in Tesco. So yeah, I used a little bit for that, and then I needed to also get bread and something else, which I picked up when I was in Marks and Spencer's, exchanging my jacket. So yeah, I didn't really do a shop this week. I have been eating out of the freezer when I've had meals, and yeah, I have done an up-to-date inventory sort of list from my fridge and freezer, well, from my freezer. So this is just kind of what I had written down last week. So yes, since in the past couple of weeks anyway, I've had a lemon and herb fish from the freezer. I've had Coronation chicken flatty. I thought I had a portion of chilli, which I then thought was a portion of mince, which then turned out to be a tomato based sauce. So you might have seen on my Instagram, I defrosted it down in the pan and I was like, where's the mince? And then I realised it's a sauce that I made. So I had potatoes on ready to have mince and potatoes. So the potatoes are in the fridge ready to be used, and I just chucked on some pasta and some sausages that I had in the freezer just to make a meal out of that. So I've got some leftovers from that. So I used up that, what I thought was chilli but tomato sauce. I also added on here 4 chilli. So off of the week before's money, I think I had bought stuff to make chili because I was really in the mood of chili. So I made a batch of chili and froze 4 portions, which I think for me they're quite big portions. So yeah, we've added 4 portions of chili onto there. We've still got 3 portions of orzo, which I'm not sure if I'm actually going to have because I realised that that's been on there since April. And I don't know if it's going to be any good. And the reason I've been avoiding it is because when I made it, I think it turned out too salty. It was either too salty or too spicy, and I didn't want to waste it, so I froze it. But now I'm not sure if I want to eat it. 1, because I remember it didn't taste good, and 2, because it's been there for a long time. I used up my lentil soups that were in the freezer, which I'm gutted about because it was such a good batch. But I do have 4 coconut and sweet potato soups, which are okay. So I've still got 2 battered fish, I've still got the pack of 10 chicken sausages, I've still got the 2 chicken teriyaki skewers, the portion of 3 meatballs, a portion of mushroom risotto, the 3 portions of orzo, the coconut sweet potato soup, 4 portions of chili, and then in the cupboards I have got 3 cans of chickpeas, a can of green lentils, I've got some orzo risotto rice, quinoa rice pasta. I've also got a sausage casserole mix pack and a chicken casserole mix pack. And then I've got the sausage pasta leftovers with the tomato sauce, a few potatoes. I've got carrots to use up. Actually, no, the potatoes, I got a small bag of potatoes. That's what I got in Marks and Spencer's, was baby potatoes. So I've got baby potatoes and carrots that I could use up. I did treat myself to a Chinese tonight, which I didn't even really eat much of, so I've got some Chinese left over as well. So I don't really think I'm going to need to buy a lot this week. I might just get some fresh fruit, maybe like some cereal bars, like breakfast kind of things, milk, juice, that sort of thing. So hopefully shouldn't need to spend money this week, not too much anyway, and I might manage to get to the larder on Thursday if it's open and if I'm free and if my friend's going. So yes, hopefully if I do get to the larder this week, I will keep you posted. But yeah, I'm trying to think what I've got coming up the week ahead. It's Saturday night when I'm filming this. I was busy last night and then I've had a really busy day today. And then I'm busy tomorrow. So this is Saturday night. I've got the pumpkin farm tomorrow and then I'm working all week. And next weekend I am in Edinburgh for my friend's birthday on the Saturday. So I'll be taking from my fun money for that. But that's after next week's check-in. So yes, I will update you about the food larder and other stuff next Friday. I probably won't be back on with another video before then. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend if you are still on the weekend when you see this. And I hope you are all doing well. Take care and I will speak to you soon. Bye!